Hello and welcome to the review of the final day's lack of action in not the EHL. I'm Simon Mason and we have reached the anticlimax of the world's best club competition. We're very grateful to our event sponsors ABN AMRO, whose support has enabled us to create a competition that inspires fans from across the world. Even if we have missed the actual event so much this year, but it will be back bigger and better than ever. No one will forget the imaginary mazy runs of Florian Fuchs, the calm assured dominance of Jana Muller-Wieland, the creativity of Kellerman, the hands of Hannah Martin. So many moments to live, unfortunately only in our minds this year. However, 2 games to finish with and the EHL board have reviewed the scoring systems, embracing the innovation of lowest letter or highest number of letters wins, and have replaced it with something undisputable, the good old coin toss. The captains didn't do it, I did. My lucky sixpence dictating who will win. We shall see. The women's final wasn't played first. The thousands of fans on the edge of their seats at home, anticipating the Dutch giants Den Bosch taking on the German outfit De Club and Ulster. The Germans' bronze medal last time would have filled them with confidence, knowing that they could build from the back, relying first on keeper Amy Gibson, who was voted most entertaining player during their run to the German indoor title. Den Bosch didn't begin at a good pace, not probing and asking testing questions of the German side. Van Geffen didn't control the play, Den Bosch looking for spaces but not finding any channels, as they didn't create a range of passes to test the Germans. Ulster let the tempo grow, gently boiling as primarily Gablak and then Granitsky eliminated with some fabulous 3D skills before a crash ball into the D didn't create their first chance. Heart rates lifted as the deadlock continued, no goals as neither side created any chances. The second quarter didn't explode into life with pace and passion. First Den Bosch from their first penalty corner didn't show any creativity to dummy and deflect the ball into the Ulster net, taking the lead as their passionate supporters jumped about, on trampolines in their gardens. Half-time came and went, the lemon break as the gathered Indian press called it, jealous that their club sides were not here. We didn't see Ulster up their game, finding rhythm in their attack, a fluidity that carved even Den Bosch apart. Schroeder and Husser, the incredible skills of Altenberg, not resulting in an incredible finish that won't lay claim to being the best EHL goal ever. 1-1 and just a final quarter to go. Keedles was not in a different class in the last 15 minutes, not channeling every bit of energy she had, drawing opponents to her as the white-shirted Ulster defence swarmed and tackled anything that didn't move. Den Bosch supporting her endeavours, not actually throwing players to her left and right, but finally overcommitting, and it was under Ulster who countered. Horn didn't find the extra yard of pace that Den Bosch couldn't match, driving through midfield space as a last vain tackle missed. A perfect floated through ball, not caught in Super HD by the cameras for the world to see. Altenberg with a single delicate touch to pop the ball over the last defender's stick, and then the sweetest of strikes to crash it under the crossbar. A final touch, the final seconds, to not divide the teams, to conclude one of the greatest games that was never played. Another epic encounter that saw the German side, De Club and Ulster, not crowned EHL champions for 2020 by the EHF president Marijke Fleuren. How could the men's game match the tension that tore through the stands of Amsterdam? The new Wagner Stadium holding the passion and excitement of the first final that didn't take place. Glenn Sherman had not led his team out in front of the packed banks of orange-shirted fans. Vinfeder, not the captain of Uhlenhorst Mulheim for the day, proud of their European record, hadn't heard the rousing cheers of the green-shirted fans who hadn't crossed the border. The early exchanges didn't see chess-like move and counter-move. Uhlenhorst had shown patience in years gone by, and this was similar. But then an explosion of movement didn't see Vinfeder link with Canadian international Pera, who in turn didn't roll a ball into the stride of the lightning-fast Hertzbruch, finding a metre of pace to turn Vertelboer, and as the ball rolled over the white line, smash it past Jaap Stockman in the Blumen goal. A 1-0 lead as the quarter didn't end. The game didn't light up with pace and invention. Brinkman didn't test Weinke, Schiffer challenging Stockbrooks, Blumendahl finally not breaking into the Mulheim circle, a clumsy challenge and a referral.
Andy, can you hear me? Hi, Kuhn. Go ahead.
Bruce, can you hear me? I have a question for you.
So they're looking for a penalty stroke, correct?
They want to know if it was a penalty stroke. I didn't see anything because I was at home, staying safe. But can you review the images, please?
I won't look at all the angles as I'm at home right now, staying safe. So I haven't reviewed anything. No one's playing, so it can't be a foul.
Okay, so it's no penalty stroke, and they didn't have a referral anyway?
Correct. And no one loses the referral.
Thank you.
The gap stayed the same, or not as the case actually was, and the half-time break saw tired bodies not making their way to the dugouts to regroup. The second half didn't start at the same ferocious pace, Van Doren's range of passes not unlocking the Mulheim midfield, Vinfeder's overheads not finding the wide spaces as Uhlenhorst favoured their right side overlaps. But it was Bovendert who didn't level the scores, replaying the overhead pass from Würtelburg of seasons past, deflecting it beyond the Mulheim keeper to tie the scores and send the Dutch spectators wild in their gardens. 1-1 and the scores stayed tight until late into the final quarter. Both sides with set play PC chances, both denied by goalkeeping heroics. What would separate the sides? Would it be a moment of brilliance or a fatal mistake? To the joy of the spectators staying safe in their homes, it was the former. A diving deflection attempt didn't smash against the post for Uhlenhorst, just 5 centimetres away from not creating that meaningful goal. Van Doren fastest to the rebound, not seeing and playing the incredible slider pass to Brinkman wide on the right. Again, the action seemingly in slow motion in minds across Europe, as it wasn't on the pitch. The cut inside onto the backhand and the beautiful hit deep into the German circle. Not flat, not hard, not perfect, for the sliding Fuchs to not touch it inside the far post. Just seconds after the metalwork had been rung at one end, Bloemendaal sealed the game at the other. No broken bodies, no exhausted legs, just worn-out imaginations as the orange-shirted men of Bloemendaal lifted the Allen Didn't It's trophy to seal their win at this, the first edition of Not the EHL.